Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out with us. A federal judge has barred Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency from retrieving sensitive Treasury Department records. Now, that temporary block was sought by attorneys general in 19 democratically led states. Collectively, they are accusing the Trump administration of violating federal law by granting the DOGE team access to the Treasury's central payment system. Attorneys for the Justice Department, however, we should note, have said, quote, there's nothing unlawful about the Treasury carrying out the priorities of a new administration using special government employees, unquote. One of the plaintiffs in that lawsuit I just referenced is New Jersey Attorney General Matt Platkin, who joins me now. Now, Matt, you know that matter is one of many in which attorneys general from democratically led states have been alarmed by what you regard as the expansive redefinition of executive power under President Trump. Talk about that.
That's right. The president in this country has broad authority, but he's not a king, and he has to follow the laws and the Constitution of this nation. We've said that since day one. And with respect to Elon Musk, the world's richest man, an unelected billionaire, who no one gave legal access to every single payment made by the federal government, including people's Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid payments, things that people rely upon to survive in this country. No one said the world's richest man should have unfettered access to be able to steal that data with a team of hackers at his side.
Now, Elon Musk says we're not stealing it, we're just looking at it, and they're not hackers, they're special government employees who answer to me and President Trump, so stop worrying.
Sure, they're hackers. He brought 19, 20-year-old hackers with him. He didn't bring budget experts, he didn't bring governmental experts. He brought kids who don't know anything that they're doing. That's how they screw up an $8 billion cut with an $8 million cut. That's how they end up firing the entire nuclear regulatory staff and then scrambling to rehire them because, oh, by the way, we need to take care of our nuclear arsenal.
Or they look into the Social Security database, which has a 60-year-old operating underlying software system, and assert that someone who's 150 is alive and receiving Social Security benefits. That's not actually true.
That's right. And they've told so many mistruths, half-truths, and outright lies that I think if you're sitting there and if you are a Social Security recipient, if you're a Medicaid participant, if you rely on the federal government for literally your life and sustenance, as so many Americans do, I think you should be very concerned about the fact that this unelected billionaire is saying one thing and taking your data on the other hand.
But you know as well as I do, Mr. Attorney General, that Donald Trump in 2024 did better in New Jersey than he did in 2020. And he did better in New York and lots of other states. And those Trump supporters saying, by God, isn't it time to go after some of this waste? Can't we find a way to get more efficient? Can't my taxpayer dollars be spent better? And if I need to rely on Elon Musk to do it, for now, at least, I'm okay with that.
Look, you're going to have no argument from me about taking on corruption and waste, fraud, and abuse. By the way, if you come to New Jersey, there'll be a lot of powerful Democrats who don't like some of the things that I've done. But here's the thing. Elon Musk is not actually trying to tackle waste, fraud, and abuse. What they're doing is running roughshod over the federal bureaucracy in order to steal Americans' data. We know that. They've admitted that. And yet...
How have they admitted that?
They have said through the courts that they actually did take data. First, it was only read data. Then we did
read-only, okay.
Read-only data. But now we know that they took data more broadly. And they are fighting this tooth and nail because he's an unelected billionaire who is accountable to nobody. Even the president, clearly from these press conferences he's doing, has no idea what Elon Musk is doing. So look, you want to take on waste, fraud, and abuse? I will be the first person to sign up for it. Do it legally. Involve Congress. Stop giving the full reins of the federal government unlawfully over to the world's richest man who is beholden to nobody.
Is there anything in terms of executive orders that President Trump has signed that you're okay with?
President Trump has signed, I think, hundreds of executive orders at this point. His administration has taken numerous actions. I've not sued over all of them. We've sued over the ones that we think are clearly unlawful and that hurt the residents of my states and the other states that have joined. And that's the test. It's not, do I like what he's doing? He's a duly elected president. Not one of us has challenged his authority as a duly elected president. What we said is that authority is constrained by the laws of this nation, the same as every other president who's come before them, and he has to follow that law.
Before Inauguration Day, I sat down with you and two of your Democratic attorneys general colleagues from Michigan and Nevada. The conversation we had covered a lot of topics. Based on what you thought then and what you have seen now, were you sufficiently alarmed back then?
I think so. We were prepared based on what he said during the course of the campaign, what they put in the 920-page Project 2025 document, there's a lot of unlawful things they said they would do, which they did. Freezing $3 trillion of spending, things that got Medicaid, or early educational programs, law enforcement. They actually killed, for a period of time, the drug cartel task force that we take on the drug cartels through. So they did a lot of things that we were prepared for. What I think even the president, as I said, is surprised by is how much Elon Musk has done. They did not talk about that in the campaign. They did not tell the American people that he was going to turn over the reins of the government to Elon Musk and a team of, no matter what he calls them, they are kids who are trained as one thing, as hackers.
In a different context, on social media today, there was something under the president's name that said, "Long live the king."
I think I saw that. I think it's an extraordinary statement from a president of the United States. We fled a monarchy here. I don't see a whole lot of people clamoring to go back to that. You have to follow the law. You cannot hurt our residents unlawfully. And if you go within the law, that's what an election's consequences are. God bless him. Take action that he sees fit, put forth a policy agenda that he sees fit, whether or not I agree with it. What he cannot do is violate the law, violate the Constitution, disregard the foundational document of this nation, and hurt residents across this country as a result.
New Jersey's Democratic Attorney General Matt Platkin. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much
the
for
time.
having me.